Welcome back to the PM Podcast, where two guys sit around, drink some alcohol, and talk some shit. I'm Aaron.
I'm Braxton, and today we're going to be talking about the corruption, or maybe not corruption, of the
You're diving right in.
prison system, and what me and Aaron agree and disagree on. I think it'll be really interesting.
Yeah, because we've never talked about it.
Yeah.
As far as the prison system and our opinions on it. And most people, I don't think, talk about it in general, because it's kind of just like you went to prison? Cool. And then they just kind of like push it under the rug.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like politics or stuff like that where like everybody talks about it. It's like the prison system's kind of one of those things that you watch stuff about it, but you don't really like dive into it. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The drink, though.
The drink, yeah. So today's drink, we're drinking Deep Eddy's vodka and Sprite. So this is actually kind of a play on my old childhood thing. Every time I went to Chili's, for some reason,
Chili's, huh?
Chili's, I would get Sprite and lemonade mixed. And it was like a lemon spritzer. Before I knew what a lemon spritzer was, I was just like, make me something great one time. I was like, actually, I remember I was like 12, and I just asked the waiter. I was like, just bring me something.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really care. I don't like. He's like, do you want a Coke? I'm like, I don't know. I was like, just surprise me. And he was like, all right. So he came back with the lemonade and Sprite. And he's like, this is like a limeade. And I was like, all right. And he's like, hey, by the way, when you're old enough, put a little bit of vodka in there. Perfect. So when I saw this stuff, I saw it actually on TikTok, which we're boycotting TikTok, and I'm not going to go there. But I saw it on there, and I was like, oh, man, I should mix that with Sprite, and it's the exact same flavor profile.
Yeah.
So we've had it on the show before.
Yeah.
You and I are drinking it, but we're going to have a glass, try it out, and then at the end of it, I think we're going to give a review on what our tasting notes are.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something that, we're going to see what you guys think about it. We'd love to leave us some feedback in the comments. Let us know. But yeah, I kind of like the idea of, I've been bartending, for a few years, and I like the idea of, starting the show with a drink, and then giving it a review at the end.
Sure.
And then that also gives you guys, if you guys have some really good drink recipes, I would love to make them here, just something for me and Aaron to kind of sip on while we have a serious conversation, or maybe not so serious conversation, and just kind of, like we say in our previous shows, we just shooting the shit, having a good time.
Wherever the road may lead.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of wherever the road may lead, some roads lead to prison, but
some do, but some of them are just maybe it's a one-way street, and there's only one way to go for some people.
And speaking of roads, so today this is just really freaking stupid.
Yeah.
So today, so I was driving this. I'll get to this topic in a second, but I have to tell this story because I was so freaking annoyed because I was driving on 465 down past Indianapolis on the south side. So I was down near Canby in Greenwood, or not Canby, not Greenwood, Canby, and like Mooresville and everything. And because I was doing some work for a client, so I was running around all over freaking Indianapolis.
Okay.
So I basically went from the north side to the south side to the east side to the west side. Like I literally, yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so I get to Canby, and I drop some stuff off, and I have to go over to this person and get some stuff from them. I'm like, oh my god, I'm tired of this. So I start heading back, and my next stop is in Greenwood. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Indianapolis, Greenwood is on the north side of Indianapolis, just north, like maybe like what, 20 minutes of downtown, 15 minutes of downtown.
Yeah.
And then Canby's about 15 to 20 minutes south of downtown. So it's about an hour trip from Canby to Greenwood. Yeah. So I leave Canby, and for some reason my Google Maps took me all back roads. I never got on 465 once until I had to go around the loop, which is really weird. So I go around the loop using back roads. I don't take 465 around.
What?
Yeah, it was really, really weird. Like I went from Canby and over there by I don't forget what that road is, but it basically it's like a straight shot pretty much to it's Meridian, South Meridian.
Sure.
So I went from South Meridian, and I was supposed to go up to College.
Okay.
And then take College over, and then up to Greenwood. So, and you live on College, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was in North Meridian, or South Meridian. Jesus, so many freaking roads. South Meridian going north, and so this is where it gets kind of stupid.
Yeah.
So I was driving, and everything on the south side has a look. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying?
I like. What do you mean? Like a rich neighborhood,
no.
modern times, a ghetto.
Not ghetto.
Okay.
It just looks
what are you
run
feeling?
down.
Sure.
Like it doesn't. Okay.
It's like
all right,
industrial time. Like it's like
no.
like Detroit kind
Carmel.
of thing. Yeah.
You know how Carmel and Zionsville and Westfield and Noblesville, everything's always perfect.
Yeah.
And then the closer you get to the south side, it doesn't look bad. It just looks kind of outdated.
Sure. Gotcha.
So like it looks a little run down.
Sure.
The houses aren't brand new.
Right.
Like it not the thing that's a poorer area or whatever. It just isn't newer.
Right.
Because Carmel and all these people they're so like they want everything to be brand new and modern and we want it to be modernistic and blah 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 blah.
Sure.
So like they all have a look.
Sure.
Even and now it's kind of bleeding into Greenwood and everything kind of north of Indianapolis. If you're on the north side of Indianapolis, you can tell. Like as soon as you hit the north side, you're like, oh wow, I'm not where I was. Which I say that for a reason. So I was driving north from Canby to Greenwood.
Yeah.
And I was taking back roads and I never hit 465. So I was like, where the fuck am I? Like I have no idea where I am. And so I'm on this road, I'm on South Meridian going north, and I start noticing like all these really, really nice looking like retail buildings. I was like, oh, there's a Crew Car Wash. Oh, like there's Orange Julius. Like what like
oh Jesus, an Orange Julius.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, there's Fish and Bone. Like I'm like, and these are all like brand new retail spaces. Like they look like they just opened. And I was like, where am I? And I'd only been driving for like 30 minutes. And I get on my map on my car and I start zooming out. And I am on the north side. And so I was like, how? Because I never took the loop. So I never realized where I was until I started seeing everything around me completely like modern and industrialized. And I'm like, what happened?
Right.
And so, but it made me think back and I'm like, wow. Like the north side from the south side in Indianapolis is night and fucking day.
Yeah, it really is though. Well, I feel like that's just how cities are. I mean, they have their, Atlanta
which brings
like
my question.
West side or,
no, it's always the south side. That's my question.
It?
Why is it always the south side?
Really?
South side of Chicago, you never go to at night by yourself. Anything south of 102 or 101, I think, or 96. I think it's 96 actually. The police say if you're by yourself, do not go down there by yourself.
Goddamn. I mean,
especially if you're a woman. And
so
like
weird,
Atlanta's the same way.
Like New York.
New York's the same way.
Really?
You go south because Manhattan's up here. You go down south, and then you hit Hell's Kitchen.
You're right, though. I've never noticed
Why?
that until right now.
Now the only thing about New York is
that
like
where are the prisons?
Rikers Island is right in the south. It's right off the freaking coast.
So, where are the prison systems?
Yeah.
Where are the prison buildings and stuff like that?
But like the south side of Indianapolis isn't like that. The biggest prison in Indiana is in Pendleton. That's the largest prison in Indiana.
What's the one that's in like Kokomo, like between here and Kokomo, or
that's
by the Air Force or airstrip, or the what I'm talking
Peru.
About. What is that? It's Grissom.
Yeah,
Grissom.
Grissom Air Force Base.
Yeah, what's that? That's a huge prison back there.
Yeah, but
that's
I think
what everybody was telling me. Like all my friends in high school, like all my friends.
It's actually not that big though.
It's not.
No.
I just remember like I had a couple friends. Well, a couple acquaintances from high school, whatever they were. Yeah, I don't
whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, I don't talk to them anymore. I don't. Yeah, I hardly talk to anybody from high school. But yeah, he went to. I remember when he said he got arrested because he did some things with underage girls that.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you don't fuck with that. Always ask for that.
Well,
card,
so have
fellas.
you seen? True.
Like it doesn't matter, especially nowadays.
Like just ask for ID,
dude. These
especially like here's the deal. I'm 24. You're 27, 28.
Yeah, 27.
27. You're 28 this year.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. If you're going with a girl that she says she's 18.
No.
Like, number one, it's fine. You want to if she's down to hook up or hang out or whatever, and you guys want to do your thing, fine. 18-year-olds are great. Fucking card them. Yeah. Don't be stupid.
Nah, dude.
Because you have people that lie and they say they're 18 when they're not. Like, Although
It's bad.
Indiana, 16 is technically the age of consent, although you can still be wrapped up if the parents file rape charges.
That makes sense.
So, but technically, they can't really say anything because once you pass the age of 16, it is consensual. But if she ever changes her mind, or if her parents convince her to change her mind, you're fucked.
That's why just date older women. guys.
Yeah, so like
Safer.
18-year-olds are fun, they're great, but at the same time,
honestly, they're mediocre. Like as much as
Yeah,
it like sounds
yeah.
great to be like, oh, I got the V card or like
no, V cards are awful.
That is the worst,
Yeah,
dude.
no,
Like
no.
the last thing I want to do is take my fucking time. Like,
I want a bitch with some experience.
I want to be able to do whatever the fuck I want to be able to do, and I want her to tell me whatever the fuck she wants me to do, and I'll be like,
Right. Although
do that.
you have, dude, 18-year-olds now, like I've heard some of them talk.
dude, yeah,
Dude,
but that's
it's
because
weird.
of social media, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what else? You text fucking dirty to, like, or, you know, yeah, social media, like the cyber talking. Yeah.
But I mean, like that's what I'm saying though. But like 18-year-olds can be freaky, but like, dude, card them.
Man,
Like 18-year-old, like, so when I was in school, like if you had girls from my age that were 18, like, dude, they were fucking freaks.
yeah, no, a lot of them were, right? Because
Yeah.
they had sex for the first time or they experienced some
Well,
sort of sexual
most of the people I
encounter.
went to school with, they had sex around 16.
Yeah, I was one of the few first people because I was just like, and I didn't even talk about it because it was like
No,
embarrassing.
here's the deal. No, but here's the deal. When you had, wait, you did because you didn't or did?
No, because I did because I was just like nobody else knew what the fuck I was talking about.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was 12, dude.
So was I.
Yeah,
So
we
was I.
talked about this.
Yeah. No one ever
We were
talked.
s-
We didn't talk about
as-
it on here.
We did or didn't?
We didn't. We
Oh.
never have. But you just did. It's not embarrassing though.
I did, well, at the time it was because it's
Yeah,
just
'cause
like
no one
who
else
the
knew what you're
fuck-
talking about.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's just like
Everyone
oh, yeah.
else talks about it, but they
Right.
have no idea what the fuck they're talking
Right,
about. Yeah.
exactly. And then it's like it happens. It's like, oh man, like at least for me, it took my relationship on a whole nother level. And
Well,
I
it
was just
takes
like, oh
every
fuck,
rela-
I gotta marry this girl and like probably
Yeah.
have kids with her. Like shit,
Yeah.
because that's how she treated it. Oh, I was the first
Ooh.
one to take it. Oh, I was the last one to take it, according to her.
Right.
Right? And I'm like, oh god,
You're like, I'm trapped.
I don't know what to do. To save you guys time, I'll tell you what to do. Just fucking walk away. Like just block. Like
If you're a
block 'em.
12, if you're a 12-year-old there, if you're a 12-year-old out there that's had sex that's watching this podcast for some fucking reason,
And the graveyard, by the way, that's where I lost my virginity. think
I know you
yeah,
told me
I
you,
was-
you have said that. Yeah.
Yep, dude.
Good old graveyard.
You get if you're willing to make it happen, you'll make it happen.
Oh
But
yeah. So I lost my
funny
virginity
story,
at
yeah.
church camp. That was funny.
That's even
Yeah.
worse, dude. Like
Yeah.
I feel like if you have sex under church, like you just get fused together. So you have to walk like that for everybody's gonna know.
Yeah. So I did a lot of my dirty stuff at church camp.
That's so
Messed up.
freaking nuts, dude.
Yeah,
That
so-
was literally the one place where I was like, I can't do it.
No.
I have a fear of that.
It's the worst. It's the best place to
Like,
do it.
you-
Cause there was like Jesus God, and I'm like, fuck.
boom, 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 boom.
No one suspects it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
dude,
man, this drummer in this band's got a beat.
There was a
Real drummer.
lifeguard. That I was at the pool. There was a lifeguard that was always on duty when kids were around.
Yeah.
I think I was like 14. The lifeguard was probably 18. Like, wasn't much older than us, but
Yeah.
they were just staff at the camp.
Yeah.
So I went to the corner of the pool, and I had my girlfriend at the time sit in my lap, and I just pulled her bikini down and did her in the pool.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the lifeguard knew it was up, but I didn't care.
Like, what do you fucking do at that point?
Right.
Like-
just make it awkward, or just let it happen.
I would let it happen. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll just be like, why didn't you stop? I didn't fucking see anything, boss. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, you're supposed to be, it's like you're into the pool.
You're
Be
like,
"Bro,
hey,
what
listen, you hired me to keep kids from drowning, not fucking. Like,
Right.
that's not my problem.
completely fucking different, right? I need a raise if you want me to do that, okay? You
It's
know?
like, I'm not pulling some kid out
Right.
half naked, dick hard. Like, I'm not doing that shit.
That's fucked up. I do remember my first kiss was underwater.
Oh, that's weird.
It was, dude,
Yeah,
but it was kind
that's
of hot
weird.
at the same time. But I was like, I had no idea what I was doing. I was too scared.
Yeah.
So like, and of course, like the girl that you're talking to at the times at the pool, it's like you see her,
Yep.
I had to get that.
So I had a girl that every year we made a deal that we'd hook up. From like 12 to 15. Like every summer we'd hook up. That was like a deal we had.
So, like, how do you set that up? Is it like, hey, so I'm free in 2 weeks?
So
That's
no,
the
like
that's
at
like
church
the
camp.
oh god, fucking church camp.
Yeah, so every year at church camp, we'd go to church camp. She wore these cute little pacer shorts
Of course she did.
because she's like, "Hey, like there's a lot of kids out there. If you can't see me, I'll be wearing my cute little pacer shorts." And I was like, "Okay."
Dude.
And we'd just sneak off and do our stuff, and then
Fucking church camp. God damn it. I
Church
went to
camp?
one church camp.
church camp was great.
And you're right. If I could fuck on it, I totally would, but I'd be freaking out the entire time.
Yeah,
Dude, and that's when all
Oh, so another crazy story. So I did some dirty stuff on a bus on the way to church camp, in the very back seat.
Yeah, but there's another seat there, so like they just watch you do dirty things.
No, so like the driver, and then it was like one of those. It was one of those passenger vans. You had like 3 rows.
Yeah.
We were in the back row, and so we were doing some dirty stuff, and I was always so worried about getting caught, right? And so the youth minister that was driving us to that church camp, come to find out 10 years later, he got arrested on molestation charges.
Of course he did. What other fucking...
And he was like my youth leader for like 7 years. It was freaking nuts, dude. Like, it was absolutely crazy.
I mean, dude, I don't get it.
So yeah, he got locked up, and then his wife like apparently enabled it. Like,
Really?
yes,
This is like some Jeffrey Epstein shit.
pretty much.
Dude.
So she got, and it was his own adopted daughters.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
This guy gets an electric chair
No, he's in jail.
for life.
Oh yeah. I don't know if it's for life, but he's in
Should
prison.
be.
His wife got it on bail.
Oh god.
Yeah. So, but I'm
Dude,
pretty.
this is like literally a fucking Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, but he's in.
fucking
I mean, no,
case.
he's in prison. He's not getting out. Like, there's proof. Like,
That's
there's
fucked
charges.
up.
Yeah.
I mean, look, right? Like, there's just. I don't even know if I want to go there, dude.
No, go for it.
Child molestation is just so
You deserve
fucked
to
up
die.
in so many books. But the thing is, like, in medieval times, like even transsexual, gay, child molestation, that was just normal. That was okay.
A long time ago, yeah.
A long time ago, right? So like,
Yeah.
then it's just like,
Where's the line?
and where, like, yeah, like I don't know. Like, obviously they were like. Are you saying that people back in the day just weren't as educated? Because I guarantee that if I would go back to like the medieval times, like they know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
They just, why do they think it's wrong? Why do we think it's wrong now, and they didn't think it was wrong then?
Well, let's go into it. But first, the PM podcast is sponsored by Circle City Tent. You ever want that premium window tent at a low price? Well, Circle City Tent has got you covered with their brand new window tent. It'll get you any shade right now on your vehicle for $169.99.
How
Give them a call.
much?
$169.99 for a lifetime warranty. Give them a call, 317-788-8468. They have one location here in Indianapolis on the east side over on Washington Street. Give them a call, 317-788-8468. Summer is coming and it's going to get hotter and hotter, and you don't want to burn your ass on your nice leather seats. So what do? Get the Arctic Start Remote Start by Circle City Tent and keep your car in the perfect climate all year round. Whether it's hot outside, you want to keep your car cold, or if it's cold outside, you want to keep your car warm, get the Arctic Start Remote Start to keep your car in the perfect climate all year round. Prices right now just $249.99, and that includes installation and a 1-year warranty on the parts and labor, or you can pay $50 more and pay $299, and you get that lifetime warranty on the parts and labor for as long as you have your vehicle. Once again, $249.99 or $299.99, and you get a lifetime warranty. Give them a call, 317-788-8468. That's 317-788-8468, or visit them at circlecitytent.com. Now back to the PM podcast. So going into the prison system, or I guess talking about like why we think it's okay now and why we...
This was very specific, but this was child molestation.
Yeah,
This
so
is, like, you know,
but like
now,
but
you know,
it was a lot of crimes. A lot of crimes were okay and a long time ago, and now it's just like, when did we go from like, oh, that's fine, to no, this is fucked up?
I guess like a dictatorship to a, you know,
Maybe.
like a an actual government system, where, you're voted into,
Yeah.
like ours today. I mean, maybe that's what it is. You don't have like kings and queens that just, this is my land and my rules.
I guess let's start it off like this. Like, okay, so let's just go over like the basics of prisons and like
Okay.
penalties and shit,
Okay.
and then like see where we kind of stand, and then if we have to expand upon it, we can.
So I got a really interesting question.
Yeah.
So this has never happened before on the show,
Okay.
and I wasn't sure how to come across it, but like, how do you do a bathroom break?
A bathroom break?
Yeah, because like I've never had a go during the show, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, you have. You just get up and go.
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
Oh, there's beside you.
Do you just end it now?
No, look at her. There you
Kitten?
go. Do you have to go to the bathroom really bad right now?
Yeah, but also I was like kind of thinking like, how do you find like, do you just find like a good point to where like you're just like, da 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 da? I'm just like,
No, just go pee.
he's like, just get it done and over with.
Yeah, I'll wait. So we're gonna talk about the prison system. Hey, what's your opinion on the death penalty? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Go to the bathroom. Do what?
Do you want your dinners?
No, it's fine. Oh, okay, yeah, I want it. Yep. Mm-hmm. What's your opinion on the death penalty?
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary? Ooh. You don't think people should get the death penalty? Even people that like rape a kid and murder him?
I think you can be punished worse with prison.
Interesting. Okay.
That'd be worse. Or
Yeah.
at least solitary. Like make it really miserable. Don't let them just be like a normal inmate.
Fair enough.
Just make sure they don't get out. Enough police brutality in prisons anyway. Might as well make their life hell.
Kitten?
Phone from iPhone 2.
No, you're not. Shut up. So, okay, so you're for it.
The death penalty.
Yes.
As you were saying that, and as I was kind of thinking, I don't,
You're like, I said it before you go to the bathroom break, you come back, you're like, I don't know.
dude, that's tough, dude. Like,
Like, okay, so if the Columbine shooters hadn't killed themselves, death penalty? They shot a total of like 30-some people and killed like 13 students.
I just feel like,
And one teacher, I think.
so we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I'm thinking of like the Jeffrey Epstein thing,
Okay.
right? Like, if Jeffrey Epstein wouldn't have committed suicide and we would have put that dude in a straitjacket for the next 25 years to life, that would have been more satisfying. Yes or no? Just be like, you are going to live as long as you can
Yeah,
in the most miserable way possible.
right.
And that's our prison system. I mean, it's not like something you want to be in by any means. I guess my as I was thinking about it, I think it's an easy way out.
Okay.
I think, yes, it's instant gratification,
Sure.
but the shooters or Jeffrey Epstein,
Yeah.
I think it would have been way better. They would have put a camera in his room with him locked up 23 out of 24 hours a day, and I can go to YouTube and watch him.
I think they should take people out like that and just shoot them.
So you're with the instant gratification. That's
No,
what
no,
I think.
no.
I don't think I'm gonna be about it
No,
anymore.
I'm not for instant gratification. I don't care.
You're just like, you're a waste of space.
Yes.
A waste of
And you're a waste
everything.
of taxpayer dollars.
Oh.
Because taxpayers pay for that shit.
Yeah, you know what? That death penalty, that's not cheap though either.
Yeah, but it's cheaper than $18,000 a year per inmate.
Yeah, but I think that death penalty, I mean, I hear you, but
Like in Indiana, it's almost $19,000 per inmate per year.
okay.
That's a shit ton of money.
Also, a lot of those prisons are sending those workers out to do work where they get paid nothing.
Like free labor. The cleanup crews and
They're
shit.
they're essentially slaves. And that's what I don't like about it. Like, when it becomes bro, I'm telling you, we should buy a prison. This podcast? No, dude. You think this will make money? No, dude. We need to buy a prison.
Prisons
And just
makes money.
Be like, hey, you're going to get 2 meals a day. You're going to get I'm going to spend $7.50 a day to keep you alive. You get a bed, you get sheets, you get clothes, and you get 2 meals a day. $7.50.
Do you think it's fair to for prisons to be privatized? Or do you think they should be here we go. Or do you think they should be government run? Cuz I believe that you should not have prisons that are private. You just
I think you should, and the only reason why I say that is because kind of like exactly what you were saying. Like, bro, if you're going to be like the worst, how can I put this? If you are not going to contribute to society, I'd rather a company get free labor off of you, right? So at least you are contributing, even though you're not getting paid for it because you don't have any rights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think at that same time, it's like, well, you were being a piece of shit before you were in jail, right? So, like, at least now you're in jail, you're contributing to society in some sort of positive way. But my thing with the death penalty, you're on that death row for like 10 plus years, dude.
So, well, not in Texas.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's because it's fucking Texas. Okay.
Texas, it's like 2 years, and they're like, yeah, you're done.
No, like, they have a sport for that shit, dude. They're like, yeah, who's next?
Well, I mean, death row, there's not many prisoners on death row. I think it's like 50.
But that's what I'm saying. You're saying there should be
I think there should be a crime. Certain crimes should warrant the death penalty, and you shouldn't waste time. You should just do it.
I don't think you're not really wasting time. So what are you talking about? Because like before you were talking about well, my concern is that I'm paying for it.
Like, don't put them on death row. Like, convict them, kill them. One bullet costs 50 cents.
Yeah, but there's been times where someone's been convicted and put on the death row and they've been proven not guilty.
Very few.
I agree.
Yeah, very few.
One innocent man is not worth killing. Just because it's like 99.9% effective.
Well, then we need to have better investigations and more scientific proof that someone's innocent. Like, that's a fault of the justice system, which we need. That's a whole different topic. I'm telling you, like, if there was a way to be 100% sure that, like, hey, yep, this person did it, they're freaking guilty. Let's make it happen.
There's
Boom.
not, though.
Well, I mean,
There's not 100% way.
Not at this time.
Every time someone's convicted of being guilty, it's like there could be a chance
that they're not.
That they're not.
Yeah.
And those chances, I mean, we see
But
it on the news.
But there are a lot of cases where it's okay. Yeah, you definitely killed this person. Like, what do you mean?
Hurt.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think we're trying to be on the fence on a lot of arguments.
Yeah, and we can't.
Let's just pull the trigger. So, like,
yeah.
As far as the argument about having death penalty and not having death penalty,
I think the death penalty should be instated, but you have to do something like pretty
like right then and there. Well, okay. So
no,
what's the worst thing? Like, you kill somebody, a massacre, like you have to kill 10 plus people, 9 plus people.
Murder,
has to be
murder,
a black person and a Mexican
honestly,
white
the
person.
way the laws work now, like, you can murder somebody now and it can be an accident. If you hit somebody with your vehicle, it's involuntary manslaughter, and you go to jail for that, and that is murder, and you'll be in prison for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. So, like, that's different because it's like, yes, I mean, you didn't mean to, but you still did it. You still need to serve the time for it. So, like, that's one of those things. Like, okay, that murder, that, like, I don't think you deserve the death penalty for it. You didn't mean to. It's not like an eye for an eye or a life for a life. It's like, but like, yeah, like if you do like a mass shooting, or if you do anything to like a kid, like any kind of really just fucking.
What if you accidentally run over a kid? In your case, you're saying kill him. It's like, dude, he ran after his ball and I hit him.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that.
But that's where I'm saying there's such a when you take someone's life,
Yeah.
and it's so cut and dry. Like, hey, you kill a kid, you die, right? Well, I didn't mean to kill him. It's like, sorry,
Yeah.
the law says you die.
And that's why I think the law it's just gray.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
I don't think there'd be a good way to do it. But anyway, back to the prison system. So, I think that number one, I do think prisons should be all federally run. I don't think there should
Yeah.
be privatized prisons.
I think it should be ran the worst way possible. And even though I think the government does a really good job of doing that, of running a lot of things.
The worst way possible.
Yeah, like they do because the at the end of the day, they're concerned about people's, that's interesting.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think a government program is it's more thought out, it's more methodical, and it has their best interest in mind, right? Like the people's best, a government ran. Whereas
Yeah.
a privatized one, it's like I want to
want
make as
money.
much fucking money
Yeah.
as possible. And as much as I hate that idea, the fact that I've never been to prison, right? I've never been wrongfully convicted, so I can't speak. But don't do things that would put you in that situation. And I understand that some situations, you can't get out of, or it's hard to not be a part of. But at the same time, like, if you know the consequences of where you're going is going to be a really shitty place, like, let's say, the Alcatraz. If you're like, bro, if I hit a kid, or if I get caught speeding, or if I get caught selling drugs, and I know I'm going to Alcatraz,
Mm-hmm.
I will not get caught. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to get stuck on an island
Yeah.
for X amount of time being with really shitty people.
You know why Alcatraz was so fucked up? Do you know how close Alcatraz actually is to the freaking like the coast of San Francisco?
how close it is?
Yeah.
I know it. I mean, I know you could definitely, it's pretty visible, like the island.
You
but,
can
like,
see if the guards were still there, you could see a guard walking on the freaking
Really?
shore. You're
Yeah.
that close.
but it's just like, you touch that water, dude, and you're
Dead.
done. There's no
Yeah.
way you could survive that because
No.
it's a fucking ocean.
Well, you have the waves crashing, and they're like 10-foot high waves, and then the water itself is like
Freezing.
40 degrees.
Yeah, there's no way you
So
make
hypothermia sets in about a quarter mile into the swim, and then that's it.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're desperate.
But anyway, so did you know? I just looked this up. There's 133,000 private jails/prisons in the United States.
I didn't know there's
133,000.
that many, but I know there's a lot.
That is stupid.
You should compare that to how many are privately owned versus government owned.
Government
That would be,
that'd be interesting.
yeah.
I think they should all be. Hold on.
I
Before-
bet there's
before we
more.
go into this-
I bet there's more privatized ones.
Absolutely, it needs to be government
People
run.
like me and you are just like, bro, let's just fuck.
It needs
Let's
to
turn
be.
this house into a
It
prison.
needs to be government run. Yeah, true.
Be like, hey, you get because like you said, the government gives you like what, $16,000
18,000
18
for Indiana.
per. All right, bro, you're getting ramen for the rest of your
30,000.
life.
30,000 for people in Hawaii.
Then why wouldn't you be giving them fucking lettuce?
Well, because it's
and
not.
pudding-
It doesn't.
pudding
all,
cup?
yeah, but
Yeah.
anyway, if it was, I think if it was federally run, like if everything was a federal jail or whatever, like
Yeah.
they're gonna run it shitty, but at the same time, they can't because there are some jails that treat their prisoners like shit, and there are some jails/prisons that treat their prisoners like actual humans.
Yes,
They're like, listen, you did some bad shit, but I'm not gonna starve you.
I agree to that. Yeah.
So this week we did the prison food episode, and there was a bit in it, or there was a thing we were reading about it, and so there's one prison. It was in Texas. It was maybe in Kansas. So for your lunch or your dinner or whatever, you got 2 hot dogs, 1 piece of bread, and then the hot dogs were cooked in or sauerkraut, and they were chopped up and cooked in it, but it was only like a half a cup of sauerkraut, 2 hot dogs, and then you got like a pudding cup. So you had a pudding cup,
Like
a piece
a
of
milk carton or bottled water or something like that.
no, like a juice
Not
cup,
even- he's like, no, not
like a
even.
juice cup and some water if you wanted it. And that was it.
What?
Dude, that's less than like 300 calories a day. Like unless you have money for commissary, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I get that you did some people, but some people are in jail for stupid shit, like drug charges. Like, they need to be treated like humans still.
Agreed.
Like, so I think if it was federally run, because the federal prisons, yeah, they're federal prisons, but they still make sure that they're living.
Mm.
They're not just scheming by on the edge of life. Like, it's like, here's food. It may not be the freshest food, but here's food. And so, like, I don't like if it's a shitty system the way we're doing it now because everything's privatized. I honestly think we should do prison systems like Denmark.
How does Denmark do them?
So Denmark,
except for people in Denmark and you, know how the fuck that works.
so Denmark prisons are like, you ever seen those really cush prisons? Like the ones where it's basically like a hotel room.
Yeah.
And then like they're allowed to go around, like walk
Yeah.
freely around the compound, and they have jobs and they're assigned all that kind of stuff. It needs to be run like that.
Sure.
Like it needs to be.
So what's to stop like a homeless dude from just going up and robbing a store just to go get in a fucking hotel room for the night?
That's
in Denmark. That sounds
homeless
like a great
people do
idea.
that now.
Yeah, and look where they
Here.
go here.
They love it.
Yeah, because it's better than nothing over their head. And you're telling them, oh no, I'll put you in the presidential.
Well, no. So
cell.
the way Denmark does it, I'm pretty sure they're only in for like 6 months,
Oh,
6 months to a year. Like I think the max prison time is like something for like murder, and it's like some people can be lifers, but it's not like as cush. Like it comes down to more like, okay, you murdered somebody. Like
Right.
this is not. You can't. You have to really prove yourself to come back from shit like that.
Yeah.
So they're not like everything's like cush, but like the minor drug charges, the petty theft, stuff like that, they try to reform you. So they give you can't leave.
And that's fine.
You can't leave the prison.
And that's the only good thing about a government system that I'd be okay with.
Yeah, because they would run it, and you're not having people that are privatizing prisons for profit. Privatizing prisons for profit.
I feel like the only problem with that is that I'm totally down for getting people help if they need it.
Yeah.
The problem is that I feel like a lot of people would need it. And who's paying for that?
Yeah.
You thought,
We're
how
paying
much are
for
we paying?
We're paying for it now.
Yeah, and you think it's bad now, and now you're telling them, be like, oh, you need medication now. You need you need to see a doctor every day and a therapist and a specialist. Oh yeah, that $16,000 that we or whatever, like let's say each taxpayer pays like $2 every year for
Whatever
to help with prisons. That $2 just went to $6.
Yeah.
Are you? Is that okay with you?
If honestly,
If you're like, yeah, you're helping people now in a better way.
If the taxpayer, if my money was going to actually reform somebody and make them a stable member of society, I think it's worth it.
All right.
Personally,
honestly, I'd be an asshole if I said that
like,
I'd be against it.
yeah, because it's like,
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree to that.
In your analogy, like I can pay $2 a year for them to never learn anything, and then when
Right.
they get out of jail, they're going to do the exact same shit and then go
Right.
right back. Or I can pay a little bit more,
$4
and then when
more.
they get out, they're a functional member of society.
Okay.
I would much rather do that.
All right. That's
And-
probably honestly what it would. I mean, yeah. I mean, you don't. I mean, I don't know what everybody pays in taxes. I mean, if you're a regular Joe like me, I mean, you owe taxes and you pay. You get taxes back, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I'm going to find out how much that we actually pay, because that's actually interesting. Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's not.
So it costs
okay.
$182 billion a year.
And what's our military budget? Like fucking
$420 billion.
So it's literally almost half of our fucking military budget, dude.
Yeah.
Less than half. Like 35%. 40%.
Yeah, I ran out of zeros on my calculator, so I got to actually go up to this. So divided by the Americans in the country, which is almost 400,000. So let's just round up to 400,000.
Really? 400,000 people in the United States?
400 million.
That's why I was like, bruh,
No.
there's like 400,000.
It's like
in
300.
Indy.
It's like 390 some million. So let's just say there's 400 million just to
Sure.
be safe. So if you divide 182 billion divided by 400 million, Each American taxpayer pays around $454 a year for inmates.
Okay, so we use my exact same analogy. You're paying $455. This is all guesstimate. We're all intoxicated,
Yeah,
so
sure.
but it sounds right, right?
I mean, it
doesn't
gonna,
sound
it's
right,
not
but
going
it
to be
does.
exact. Like,
Right.
I'm using the first thing I can pull up
Very
on my
vague,
phone.
yeah.
They're very vague sources. Fact
Right.
check it if you'd like, but
But what I'm
$455 a year.
But what I'm saying, so
Yeah.
using my same figure, you went from 2 to 6.
Yeah.
So you're going from like
4 to 6.
Four-
400
4
to
and a half-
600. Basically, 400 to 600 is what you're basically saying. Oh, no, 400 to 800
yeah,
would be that analogy.
it's more than double.
Yeah.
No, it's more than double, bro. I went from 2 to 6.
So
So
it'd
if
be
I went from
4
2
to
to
10?
4, that would be
4 to 10, basically.
900. So
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you're looking at like almost $1,200. So hey, do you want to pay $450 to make this inmate just get through it, or do you want to pay me $1,200 just to get them the help they need? I'm gonna be like, bro, hell no. You could take. I'm taking the cheap ass version. You want to know why? Because I got my own fucking bills to pay for. You know, I got my own shit. I don't need to be taken care of. Like, you're not my kid.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
true.
And that's the way that I kind of see it. But then I'd be a dick to say that I wouldn't help them.
Want to help somebody.
Yeah, because I don't. Who are you? You know what I mean? You are nobody to me.
You're like, because I don't want to help
I don't. Like, I mean, I don't mean to be an asshole, but like, if that was my family member, if they had the last name of Gore, sure, absolutely. Or if they had a last name of like one of my best friends or a friend of mine, absolutely.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know the other. What did you say the figure was? Almost 200 million? 200,000?
For what?
The prisoners?
The cost?
How many prison?
Oh,
that's what it
there's
was, yeah.
133,000 private prisons.
Oh, Jesus. So that's multiply that by. There's plenty of people out there that are in prison, is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say. And I don't give a fucking rat's ass about any of them, except for unless I know you
So
specifically.
let me see
And I don't
here.
think there's anything wrong with thinking that, because I think that's honestly how almost, I would say 90% of people think.
Yeah.
But I also, it's not that I don't sympathize with them. Like, the people that are wrongfully convicted, absolutely feel for you. Like, you should not be there, right? Like, I'm
Of
not an
course.
asshole to that extent. But, bro, yeah. If you do the crime, you do the time, right? And that's, I don't give a fuck about you. Like, it is what it is. But, like, I feel like, I don't know. I'm a dick to say it, I guess. I don't really give a shit about you. If I don't know you, like, who are you?
So you know the shit that goes into the death penalty?
Mhm.
Costs $100
Yeah, but
per inmate. Costs $100 to kill him. Now that's not but the conviction is the longest part.
right,
So,
because you're
yeah,
there. What's the earliest someone's been
convicted and
actually-
sentenced to death.
right?
I mean, I'm probably sure it's like
Versus-
6 months to a year.
I doubt it, dude. I'm pretty sure that's a long process.
No, well, it's 6 months
like
to
I'm
a
thinking
year.
a minimum of 10.
No.
Yeah,
No. I'm talking about it's 6 months to a year to be convicted, and then like you're sentenced to death at
Right.
this time,
yeah.
and then you can
And then
do,
from
you,
like
you,
sentenced to death
you can
till
do it.
death.
You can do appeals and shit like that to try to be like, hey, I didn't do it, and then
that
eventually
time period is where
and-
I'm like, that's gotta be a long time.
Oh yeah, I think a California alone it's like over $1 million, just for their death row.
At the end of the day, what do you take from this? From
I-
our conversation today, what do you take?
I mean,
from
I think it's kind of everywhere, but
it is. It really is. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We got to narrow it down just to like see,
Yeah.
tell people what I guess our point of view.
I think the death penalty is fine for severe crimes
Sure.
that can be proven
Mhm.
with 100% with a shadow of a doubt that this person did that crime. Because you can't, like, I don't think the death penalty should be given to somebody where you don't have enough evidence. If you can't pin that person to that crime exactly,
I think the only time you'll give someone a death penalty is if you're 100% sure.
yeah, but some people aren't. Like, there's been cases where it's like,
You're
it's
walking the line,
vague. No, like there's been cases where it was vague. It's like, but you still got sentenced to death.
though. Okay.
It's like, what?
Okay.
Like, at least nail the hand. Like, put the nail in the coffin first before you try to kill a person.
We got a fucking video of this dude stabbing this bitch.
Look, that's proof. Or it's like, hey, we have your DNA all over the place, and then you have massive loads of evidence behind that to support the case that you definitely did
Massive
what you
loads.
did.
Giggity.
Like, you have to be able to prove it.
Yeah.
Before you,
absolutely. Okay.
because sentencing
Okay.
to death, like, you can't just sentence someone to death. And so I think it's fine as long as you have the proof for it. And then secondly, I think there shouldn't be private prisons
At all.
At all. Private prisons are fucked up. Some of them don't even care. Like, they're all about how much money can I
I don't
make.
think that there is one that would care.
But
But I think that's the point.
but stop doing, like, the people that are doing that, like, fuck those people that own those prisons.
Okay.
Because it's like, you're basically, like, some of these places are basically torturing people. And for crimes that, like, they're serving a punishment that the crimes don't match. It's like, if you're getting on a stupid drug charge and you're getting treated lower than dirt, like, you're basically, they don't even care if you live or die. That's fucked up. Like, people serving time for marijuana charges now, still, even though it's been, like, in certain states where the drug charges are like, yeah, we don't care anymore. They're still serving time in those states for the same drug charges. Dude, that's fucked. And they're being treated worse than any prisoner in any other state. And there's prisoners that have done worse shit that are living better in other states. Like, there are certain states where it's like, yeah, man, hey, you murdered 3 people, but here you go. Here's a great meal. Here's your Thanksgiving turkey. Here's all this shit. Here's your rack time. Here's your outdoor activities.
You're okay with that?
It's like, dude, that's fucked.
Oh, that is fucked.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's fucked.
I agree.
If you're gonna do it, it needs to be all the same. Everybody gets treated the same. If you're gonna be like that and you're gonna put it on those 2 levels, if it was federally run, it'd be federally mandated and they'd all run the same. Versus private prisons can choose what they want to do and how they want to act. That's messed up. So I'm on the fact that, like, this should all be federally run. If you want to keep it the same, that's fine. You don't agree.
I agree to disagree with a lot of things that we've said tonight.
Yeah. Well,
Like, I've changed my mind on a lot of things too. You're right. The death penalty is pretty. I don't think I could. It's too much. I think I would rather keep somebody around. Let's try to. I guess I want to wrap it up. So I want to get your point of view, I guess, and fire at everything, and then I'll just spit out my point of view.
I want to hear where you stand on what I just said.
So let's break it down. Then.
Let's just
what
walk
we're
through
talking
it. So,
about.
death penalty, yes or no?
No.
No death penalty. You'd
Yeah.
rather have somebody stick around for
I'd
years.
rather pay a little bit more just to have them. Rather at least have the opportunity to, like, prove that they're not guilty, or B, be tortured as long as possible in a shitty system that already exists.
Okay, fair. Okay, prisons being federally run versus privatized.
Privatized and federally run both have very good qualities. I think the privatized has the option to, if you're going to be a piece of shit in this society, and you're not going to contribute, a privatized system is only set up to make money, and they will milk you for every free hour labor that they get out of you. And I think that if you aren't going to contribute, you might as well contribute to someone's wallet, even though I don't agree with that wallet. I think that it should be more, I personally think that it should be, hey, I'm going to send these inmates to go clean up parks. They're going to clean up highways. They're going to clean up, they're going to be, helping demolish old buildings. They're going to be doing stuff like that where they're helping the community, not so much the wallet of the privatized system. And as far as the government side, I see where people have a equal opportunity in a government ran facility, but I also think that government ran facility is still fucked in a lot of ways.
I would agree with that, but I think that if they were all government run, they could build plans to have everybody.
But they won't.
They could.
They won't.
Not
because
saying
then it's just like, well, we don't, because then, you know what, they're going to get a lawsuit from one of the inmates saying that, like, well, because I'm a different race, or I claim this or this, you're this, and then they're gonna let him out, or they're gonna give him a huge check, and it's just like, that's not the way that I don't. You are in prison to be treated unfairly, right?
Yeah.
You didn't go to prison because you were treating others fairly.
Right.
So don't expect it, right? And I think that's where our difference is. I think that if you go to prison, you did something unfairly, and it's going to be
Well,
returned.
I don't think they should be treated fairly. I'm not.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying.
But
Like, I'm
they
not.
should get a 5-star bedroom.
I'm not saying
with
5-star bedroom. I'm not
pillows.
saying take them to like the freaking Rich Charlton.
You were
I'm saying,
comparing
like,
it to a hotel, though.
Yeah, like a
No.
motel, like a Motel 6.
You get a
Like
college
like
dorm room
well,
shit.
Sure. I mean, some hotel rooms are about the same size. Trust me, I've been in them.
No, yeah, for real.
But I'm not saying like give them like the best of everything.
Okay.
I'm just saying like treat them like a human and try to reform them.
Okay.
But certain charges, yeah, they need to be treated with the level of.
I think what we can agree on is
Yeah.
that you have to have a mental evaluation.
Oh,
If you're
yeah.
gonna go to
Yeah,
jail,
yeah,
you need
yeah.
a mental evaluation, because I don't mind, and maybe this is where we can agree, right?
Sure.
I don't mind paying to help somebody. But
If they can be
if you
helped.
want to be a fucking coke dealer and a pimp, and you want to you want to be in the game, and you just want to, no,
No.
go rot,
Yeah.
go die, go do something productive. And if you don't want to, well, in order for you to get that honey bun or those cigarettes, you're gonna have to be productive. You're gonna
Sure.
go have to go work all fucking day for those $3 in commissary items. But I'd rather you do that.
I don't
but,
know how commissary works, yeah.
Yeah, I don't either. But I agree with you. If I had a doctor that told me that this person is clinically insane or cannot be treated as a normal person in today's society,
Right.
absolutely, I'll pay $1,200 to help you out.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna be a piece of shit, I will pay $455 a year to keep your ass locked up behind bars because you want to be a piece of shit.
Forever. Yeah.
Or as long as it takes for you to figure out that you're not a piece of shit anymore. So can we agree to that? I think that if you're gonna go to jail for more than a year, you have to have a mental evaluation.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Like, hey, is this person?
Can they be reformed and be a functioning
Right.
member of society?
Yes.
If so, let's
Boom.
put them in a
Let's do
place
that. Let's get them set up
where
for success,
they can. Yeah, exactly.
where they can contribute to
Like,
society. in
I'm
later
not
life.
saying treat them fairly. They can't leave the prison.
Right.
Like
They're still gonna
they're
be-
stuck to right
Right.
there. They have their little room. They don't have TV. But they have a nice room with a bathroom or whatever in it. Like, give them some nice stuff,
Yep.
and then treat them like humans.
I think it's a good way for us to.
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I like that.
I don't. So it's like treat them like humans. Don't
Yeah.
treat them lower than a human.
Yeah.
And I think, but like I can't agree with you on that. Like if they fail that evaluation, it's like no, they're fucked up.
No, yeah, he's just a fucking
It's
dick.
like all right, lock them away.
All right.
Have a great day.
So, okay.
Cool, common ground. Hey, look at us. I think it's a good point though. What do you think of the Deep Eddie's vodka thing?
I think that you could pour a lot of Deep Eddies into this.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so like, okay, yeah, I like this. So this is what I like that we're in it. It's like we got into this serious conversation. Guys, let us know. This is something new that me and Aaron are going to be trying out. So let us know if you really enjoy it, or if
We're
you like
gonna
the idea.
review a drink.
Yeah, so I think that's the idea is that we start with a drink, start with a good note. Everybody likes us drinking and having a good time
Sure.
and relaxing.
Sure.
And then we're gonna end with a good note and let you guys know as far as like our idea. Maybe get her like a grade. I don't know what we're gonna do, but
don't
honestly,
either.
if you guys could leave a comment, let us know what you guys think and see if you guys like the idea. But as far as a review for Deep Eddie's vodka
I like
and
the flavor.
lemonade,
If you mix it with Sprite,
I think it's gonna be dangerous, dude.
dude, it is so dangerous.
I think I was kind of thinking about this as we were kind of drinking it. Everybody does it, and I fucking hate it when they do as a bartender. Add a little bit of grenadine to that.
You think?
Oh yeah,
Never had it.
like a cherry Sprite with that Deep Eddies in
Mm.
it. You're thinking like a cherry. I'm thinking it's essentially what it
Like
would
a
be is
cherry
like
limeade?
a cherry lemonade.
Yeah.
A spiked cherry lemonade. Oh man, I'm gonna bring some grenadine next time.
I have grenadine. It's in the staff
Yeah.
fridge.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Next time.
Okay.
I think that'd be it. But,
I think you can drink a lot of this.
yeah.
Like and not taste it.
That's the other problem.
Like,
It's
that's the dangerous-
I feel like you probably fill
So-
this half up with Eddies and
Yeah,
the rest of
so
Sprite.
you could have probably 4 to 5 shots of Deep Eddies in this little 12-ounce mug. maybe 15 ounces. I don't remember. 12 to 15 ounce mugs, and
Yeah, you're
and then
talking
just
about more than
top
half
it
of that
off,
glass.
and then just top it off with Sprite, and you're dangerous.
Dangerous, very dangerous. I mean, yeah, definitely.
But it's good.
Drinkability, I'm def 7 out of 10. It's easy.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, dude.
8
It's
out,
very
8 out of 10. The only reason I'm giving it an 8 is because there's a lot of sugar in it.
Yes, that's kind of my.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of lemonade.
A
but
lot
that's
of sugar. So if you like, but if you're a frou-frou drinker and you like fruity drinks,
simple.
this is good for you. So, cheers to you, my friend.
Cheers to you, brother.
Cheers
Appreciate
to you guys,
Cheers
and
to
we'll
you
see
guys.
y'all next time.